Hi there, my name is Rob Webster and I run a record label here in the UK called Cold Rockin' Records. We've been going for about 3 years now and we've released predominantly disco house records. I record under the artist name of Area Social, Hip Kid, Sugar Funk and The Boy Wonder, to name but a few. What I'm going to be showing you today is some tutorial on how to start and create a disco house record with a soulful sort of flavour. We're going to be showing you how to combine the right sounds, what sort of sounds to choose, putting them together with live drum samples, and as opposed to digital drum samples such as 909s, 808s, things like that. We're going to be leaving that out. The tutorials that I'm doing are not too technical, so that we're not going to go into EQs and different kinds of frequencies and all that sort of stuff. We'll leave that for another time. What I want to do is just create a simple track, show you how it's laid together, what sounds to use to combine together, what sounds good, what fits good, and give you some sort of basis, some building blocks to take that forward in your own productions. We've got here a little track, and it's got an electric piano, electric bass, a lead line which we'll do later, a guitar stab, percussion, congos, closed hi-hats, drum fills, and a kick and a hi-hat and a snare. So the really simple piece of music that's put together, and I'm going to show you how to do it. The track goes like this. It's just a nice soulful groove, 3 chords, and that's the basics for the track at the moment. So what we're going to do is, to start off, we're going to choose the kick. And the kick that I've used is just as a live sample. It's come from an old disco record. I don't know which one from, but all the samples on here, except the Rhodes and the bass line, are available on my blog. If you'll see the address at the bottom of this page, and you can download all the parts in a pack. And if you want to use them for your own production, please go ahead and take them. But here's the kick. It's a real live sound. It's got a really nice sort of just that punchy sort of live feel. Open hi-hats, and we've got a real disco snare here, which I think is taken off either Billie Jean or Mary Jane Girls. I can't remember which record. Close hi-hats, and we've also got a drum fill at the end here with a crash, which comes in now. So as you can tell, it's pretty live, isn't it? And there's some congos. I've not done a great deal to these. I've not added a great deal of EQ. I've put a little bit there on the kick, a little bit of ping pong delay on the congos, and so on. So there you go. There's your track, your beats. Okay, the first thing is the electric piano. What I'm going to do is open that up and show you which one I've used. Right, I've got one here, and it's from the Native Instruments package, electric piano, and there's loads of presets in here, plenty of to go on. But the one I've used is called 4 Weasels, and it sounds like this on its own. And I've put an auto filter on there also, as you can tell. Yeah, I want to mess about with it on the frequency. Get that wobbly warmth, wah sound. Drag it back in for now. It's got a space echo on also, which comes from the audio effects rack. If you don't know how to use auto filter, just grab it here in your little box over here, select it, drag it down here, turn it on, and just choose the frequency that you prefer. For now, we're just going to leave it there. Next up is an electric bass. And for this, I've used this off the Z3TA package, which is predominantly a hard house and trance soft synth, but it's got this electric bass Fred FALKE sound in it, which is absolutely brilliant. Anyone who's familiar with Fred FALKE, French house music, will know that sound. It's got that kind of rubbery, sort of stretchy feel to it, famously used by Daft Punk, etc. And we've also got a guitar stab in here, which is 1 note sample. It goes like this. It's got that George Benson vibe to it. Put a kick on. Hats. Close hats. Congos. Snare. Just builds nicely. So there you go. So first up, just get your kick. If you know how to do this, just put all your kicks in in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And then your hi-hats. Take your hi-hats. As I say, all these samples are available on my blog. There's not been any great deal of EQ on that. It's a little bit, look. I love that snare. It's wicked. So there's those sounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the chords that I've used in this track, and basically for this track it's this, and the first chord is F minor 7, which is with a B flat root, which is B flat root, F, G sharp, C and D sharp. So you play them together, and the next chord is G minor 7 with a G root. And then the next chord is FACE, which is F major 7 with a D root. Back again. As you can see, they're written on the screen, so you can take those if you want to use them. And the next thing, we're going to give this track a little bit of a lift now. In order to do that, we have to have a lead line, in my opinion. So I'm going to play the track and I'm going to do a bit of a lead line lick on it. I'm not going to record it, I'm just going to jam it. So my playing is a little bit rusty, so please don't worry about that too much. I'm not the fastest player in the world, but here you go. So I'll put a lead line on, and then you'll see that it just really brings the track to life. It gives it some colour and some energy. Here we go. There you go. As you can tell, the lead line really picks it up and gives it a bit of a boost. It's got that kind of P-funk sort of sound, which I really like. So it's a pretty cool sound. That lead line is actually from a synth called Rapture, and it's called a subtle mod lead, and it's in the presets section. I've not done anything to it, or I've not added any extra sounds to it. It's come straight out the box. Pretty much most of the sounds that I do use are pretty much presets. I don't really sit here and create original sounds. I like to get on the groove as quickly as possible. So there is your basic track. Okay, so a quick recap on today's lesson then. Select your drum sounds, put them into the arranger, get your electric piano, put that in. And if you can't get the Native Instruments VST piano, then there's one I recommend called Mr. Ray, which is a free VST Rhodes, which is just as good. And you can get that if you just Google it. Also, we're going to be next lesson, we're going to be doing probably adding a guitar, recording the lead line in, and doing the arrangement, which will be showing you where to take things out, where to break it down, how to build it, etc. So that's that. So any questions, please email me, and I'll gladly help in any way I can. You can get all the parts off my blog. The address is on my page here. And thanks very much for watching. See you later.